Wow, this has been a while since I've done a video, and I look much different than I did when I started. This video is not going to be a sneaker YouTube video like I used to do. It's not my last one, but it's definitely the end of my sneaker YouTube idea, whatever. And even though it's already been kind of ended clearly from that month or several month gap that I've had, or maybe 6 month gap I've had between my last sneaker YouTube video and now, obviously you guys can tell by the title or some sort of weight of the title, this video is going to be about what happened to sneaker YouTube, what happened to the premise of sneaker YouTube. But before I get into that, let me tell you guys what this video is not. This video is not a pity party, and excuse the echo because I'm walking down my staircase, but this video is not a pity party where I'm asking I need a lot of inspiration. No, this is not that video. This video is actually to tell about a lot of the statements that are true about the sneaker community that a lot of people don't necessarily talk about, or we haven't really addressed because of the situation that it's oversaturated. Also, this video is not just going to be about the sneaker YouTube community. It's also going to be about how we live in an age of social media and how it kind of affects us daily. Obviously, sneaker YouTube is not the exact same way it used to be. We got big people like Kais Omar, and then also my other example would be Tea Times Kitchen being the big, the pretty good, and then me being the small creators. Starting off with Kais Omar, he puts a video out basically when he got 1 million subscribers. He's very excited, but it seemed like right when he got it, he ends up saying, hey, I need a break. I can't do it the same way I did it before. It's not the same. I just don't feel the same way, if that makes sense. So he kind of says this. I'm watching this video and I'm reading the comments and I'm like, man, this is me. Like, I feel the exact same way, bro. Like, this is so true. And he made the video several times. He made one, like, I'm selling my sneakers. He did it a lot of times, and every time people had these comments down below that were like, oh, you're just giving up, you're just being a baby, you have all this going on for you and you're just not appreciating it, and we love you, man, and you just don't want to do blah blah blah. They're also completely missing something that they do not see. Not saying that you guys are blind or anything like that, but there is a whole nother dynamic to the sneaker YouTube game that totally exists. This is a social media platform that you have to present yourself in certain ways, and you really can't show everything about yourself. In truth, like, even as I'm talking to you guys right now, I'm talking to a camera, and I'm talking to it in a way that I have to be realistic and a little bit of an actor to try to get my point across, that I don't feel like I'm talking to myself in a sense. Like the bridge, that gap is huge. So because of that, a lot of times we run into the situation of making content and doing things to get big, quote unquote, that don't necessarily line up with what we originally started with, that are a little bit different. And that's okay, because innovation's all right. Trying to implement other things and other ideas to survive is how businesses work, and is why YouTube is a business itself, because they pay you to do so. The bigger you get, the more money you achieve, the more views you get, more subscriber count, continue and roll, the ball keeps going. But at the same time, you end up running into a problem where you want to create content like somebody else and you can't, and so then you get stumped. So you try something different, it might not work. You don't know. There is no 2 + 2 formula to YouTube. That's just the truth. We are really missing the idea that Kais has his own life. He has his own things that he goes through. He might be going through a depression. I'm not saying he is, nor am I saying anybody else is, but he might be. We don't know. He also is getting married. Like, the guy has a whole fiance, and nobody really cares about that. They really care about the new shoe that's coming out. I want to see it. I want to see how you vlog it. Blah blah blah. Supreme, Palace, Bape. Because of that, that gets really nerve-wracking, where you're trying to just enjoy yourself being yourself, but you're wrapped within this camera, and that's all you can do. So on Kais Omar's end, I really was looking at, the fiance situation, and also with him having his niece and not being able to have her on camera, simply for the fact that we got people saying jokes and whatever, to the point of most of the people who saying the jokes are like little kids, and that's because that's our market. Sneaker YouTube became kind of more, I think, well, 18 and below, not necessarily my age and up. Even though comments really don't mean anything, it does hurt when you get a comment that says, well, like even when I did a video before, it was like, Sneaker YouTube's not dead, your channel's just dead. Like, as I'm a very sensitive guy, if you guys know me, but at the same time, that still hurt, because it's like, ow, that hurt. And I would suspect that somebody talking about your blood niece would hurt even worse. So that's a whole side that viewers don't necessarily see, and trying to address it in a way that you don't hurt anybody's feelings or get mad or just go off or just stop completely is really hard. Trying to do it in that way is very, very complicated. So that's what Kais Omar's in. So then going to the middle ground, which is Tea Times Kitchen, who had like, I think 40,000 or maybe more than that subscribers. I watch his channel, he says the same thing kinda, but he also goes down the route of materialistic and how that is a situation for him. And he's completely right. The sneaker YouTube game is completely materialistic. The content is I consume and buy things for y'all to watch that you might like, and that way you can consume it also. And I bank on, hopefully, that somebody big sees me being a consumer, that they then start to give me things instead of me purchasing them. That is a lot, and it's a lot of money. And so because of that, a lot of times the people without money, people who don't have as much, don't get the opportunity to join Sneaker YouTube the same exact way. And so now you run into this materialistic or, you know, capitalistic situation of Sneaker YouTube. There's a little bit of race problem within it also, slash elitism. And so now you're running into this thing of, okay, what do I do it for? And that leads me into the social media age that we live in. A lot of times when it comes to being on this camera, like I said, they also have to put on a face, a persona, a personality just for camera. And that is really hard to do every time. Because why? You have to present yourself not how you would always be. And I know that sounds really bad. I know how y'all say like, oh, well, you know, why don't you guys just be real with us? There's some things that if you were completely real, it's really going to offend some people. It's going to really hurt feelings. It's really more about empathy than it is like being in a certain way. And it's also about you're in a social media platform, which is YouTube, which is being on the internet in a video form where everybody can say, I watched that video, I heard exactly what you said, and we can go right back to it. That is huge. What's very sad is I got friends and other creators who do certain things simply and only to get things out for other people so people can watch it. And even though they might have had a little bit of heart into it, it wasn't exactly what they wanted. Even to a point of like Kais Omar obtaining his goal of getting 1 million subscribers, that he still has a, you know, a little bit of a, not fulfillment issue, but something missing. Something's missing out of it. And that's the truth. Like, that's okay to have that feeling that even though you got what you wanted, the goal that you've been going for, it was built off of the wants of other people. You had to do content for other people to watch, go certain areas for other people to watch it, not because necessarily that you wanted to do that at that time. And I understand that working a job is never fun. Working a job is not ever fun. Working in general isn't fun. But at the same time, you shouldn't be so sad by working because you're working for other people to see you that it almost diminishes your goal completely. It's okay to take that break. It's okay that Kais Omar is saying what he's doing now in Tea Time Kitchen, leaving it behind because it made them what they wanted to make, but they have a bigger message they're trying to get to. And to get to that message, you got to get away from, hey, this is everything, this is all for this. No, sometimes you got to take the time to reevaluate your own content and then say, hey, do I like this? And if you don't, say it and then move on. And that's just the truth. But just wanted to share that with you guys real quick, doing little messages and stuff like that. My name is Isaiah Barlow. Appreciate you guys watching. If you guys want to subscribe, if you guys aren't too angry about what I just said or felt any type of way about it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that notification bell. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Have a nice one.